Boo. Some pies from some crumbs. From crumb pies, bum pie crumbs.
Yeah, we didn't clean up from last Friday because we've all
Still
been
that
kind of
smell.
busy. There is.
One of my metal seats melted and I don't know whose arse did it.
Oh.
It was like alien blood.
There's a lot of rust on them.
A lot. There wasn't a rust on them before they were out of the packet.
So it's
fresh from
dirty.
Wilco's.
I will hoover it.
I have a hoover, but I tried to hoover the other day, but my hoover's clogged. I'll have to unclog my hoover. Declog.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Folk in Scotland. And we're a day late because your fault again. Hashtag blame Goron.
I'd say Parcel Force.
Parcel Force, man.
When you ever hear Parcel Force are dropping someone off, just give up. Just write it off.
I totally agree.
They're just a nightmare. They have a lot of rules on you.
It's mental amount of stuff.
This is what you're going to do. And what they're not as bad as Yodel.
Is Yodel bad?
Yodel claimed they tried to gain entry to my property but could not. And I says, could you explain that? And they couldn't.
Yeah.
And then they said that says, why did you not leave a ticket? This is all the gentleman didn't he was at your door and I says, but I've got a camera on my door and there's never been it. Oh, they tried to change the subject.
Oh, this happens.
And then they
all
said,
the time.
just contact the seller because we've lost it.
Yeah, at the end they'll finally admit that. Once with Parcel Force, there's over a certain weight you send that.
Heavy stuff. If we're sending Susan through the mail, Parcel Force. Okay.
I was sending one of my jackets I made. And it was a guy in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And we were tracking it to Romania.
Do you need a jacket in the Bahamas?
He was a cosplayer. He was being Mad Max.
Oh.
Anyway. Romania. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Egypt. Now, you're wondering, how did it get there? So we're tracking it. New Zealand. Wait. South Africa. France. Canada. America. Bahamas. He got it. But it was like 3 months.
What was that about?
No idea. I don't know how they could get each country so wrong.
I once bought a watch from Egypt and it arrived like 2 days later.
I got, right. You know how we're used to...
It's the smell of those people.
I've had a runny nose, sneezing all week. It was them. I bought...
like dander.
I
just
bought
all
something.
about that. Is it Pigpen out of the Snoopy cartoon?
Is it?
That
I don't
dusty
watch that.
guy.
Dusty guy.
Oh,
yeah, with the blanket. So,
yeah.
I bought something from Germany, and this was before Amazon, right? I bought it at 7 o'clock at night. The next morning, 10 o'clock the next morning, it was there.
The Germans are
Wait,
efficient.
it came from Germany. It was all labelled properly. I was like, how is that possible? You send something. Now, here's the thing: if you're selling in the UK and you're sending to Los Angeles, holy shit! 2 days it's there.
Okay.
Chicago, bye. You'll never see it again.
And this never gets.
It never gets there. Chicago, you're out of luck.
Do they steal stuff at the other end?
I don't know, but if it's LA, especially, well, that's obviously there'll be the hub. But anyway, in California, it just gets there instantly.
My eBay shop went quiet for about 2 weeks and then suddenly it's just picked up again. But it's all America.
Yeah. It's a very
Europeans
strange this year.
just don't buy
I've had a rough year this year.
Europeans do not buy from this country anymore.
Well, you can't because they get taxed on it.
Yeah.
I sell, I think the last country I sold, I can't remember, but I sold a £35 item. What do you think the tax on that was?
Oh, God, £35.
£18.
Jesus Christ.
They're not going to buy from us. And when Brexit happened, now 1/3 of my income, Europe,
just
turned off. It was like someone just pressed the switch and that was it. And occasionally you get someone buying. But, as I told you before, we still can't send to them.
Well, the good thing is...
Because they've got the packaging act.
Cigar sales have just went down because Russell Brand's no able to... He's no smoking those stogies, is he?
Oh, my God. He doesn't need his yoga to lose weight now.
I don't give a fuck. Any fucker that said they liked him, he was never funny.
That's true.
He was fucking irritating.
Yeah.
And what he was, and I'm not being fucking exaggerating here, he was the Savile of his time. Because he was a ludicrous figure.
Yeah.
He dressed like he was like Timothy Claypole.
Yeah.
And a ludicrous figure like that, it's hiding in plain sight. It's like, look at me.
He assaults people on camera. Now, since I've met you, you have said this very thing about Russell Brand. You've said it. This is not new.
What he didn't do, it's all power dynamic. He was a big fat fucker at school.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
He lost weight, he got a bit of fame, and he just went for it. Right?
Right, okay.
That's not a problem. But the thing, what he did was, if he had celebrity girlfriends of power, equal power, he was charming to those fuckers. When it was a 16-year-old lassie he was picking up at the school, he was atrocious.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about the guy.
Oh,
That's
he's
all
a
you need.
prick. He's
He
done.
Did
you watch the documentary?
Well, the thing about the
Fucking
most incredible thing about that documentary, 2006 is a different time.
Completely different time.
It's because you remember the early 2000s were cruel because remember they would laugh at people on X Factor that couldn't sing properly,
Yeah.
and the people weren't in the joke
You would laugh
because
at
you
them,
knew that the staff of that organisation were saying you're a wonderful singer, so they were bigged
Get them
up
on,
right
make them
to the
cry,
point
make them run off.
Yeah, there was all that going on. It was a leftover from the 90s where everybody was
Yeah,
fucked up in
agreed.
the 90s,
Agreed.
and he was this creature that existed in it. There was a woman he went out with, a funny one, and this rings very true to me. He was against Page 3. But he went out with a Page 3 girl, and she says he didn't do it for any feminist reason. He did it because Page 3 girls wouldn't have fuck him. So he said, I'm going to fucking stop. I'm going to get rid of Page 3.
Oh, he's a weird one, isn't he?
And he's a dead-eyed fucker if you ever see him.
yeah, yeah.
Dead-eyed.
This is...
Never liked him.
The thing
Never
is,
funny.
The people that are listening to this, I think there'll be a vast majority. I'll just go, yeah. But always...
He was like Savile. Savile,
You're just a piece of
as a
shit.
kid, I thought, he's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But he just got away with it. Brand's the same. He had this Hollywood career. He was awful.
He was terrible.
He's awful. Everything he does is heinous. He calls these bookies bookie wook.
Yeah.
Is it the bookie
But I
wook
will say,
or the bookie wook?
Catherine Ryan is a national fucking hero.
She slagged him.
It said it to his face.
And he quit the show. He wouldn't have come back to it.
Yeah.
And he's a super injunction guy as well.
Yeah.
And it's just all this.
And now he's went into the right.
Katy Perry knows something about him. What's happened is, in all these things, he was basically blacklisted from the television. So for about 10 years now, he's not really been on the telly.
No, not at all.
So his behaviour, they got rid of him. And he thought, because he must have known someone was coming.
Yeah.
He must have known.
Because now he's saying, no, it's because I'm getting too close to the truth
Yes.
with vaccines. They're
If
coming
he-
after
if
me.
he had been a liberal kind of guy, left-wing dude, and he's behaving like this, the consequences would have been harder. He's went to people. Who's defended him? Donald Trump Jr.,
Elon
Lawrence
Musk.
Fox, Elon Musk, Andrew Tate.
Oh, no. Right,
Katie
even
Hopkins.
him as a despicable fucking
Right.
sex fiend abuser, he must be thinking, nah, guys, it's fine. Just you. I can please don't.
No, he won't.
Oh,
He won't. He'll love that because that is now his market.
that's his market.
And they've said they've got rid of him from YouTube, but he's still got ways of making revenue off of this. He's got fucking 6 million people that watch him, and they don't believe he's done anything wrong.
It's wild. His ex-girlfriend saying, this is cancel culture. The problem is, right,
But he's not cancelled.
when you say something mistakenly or something 12 years ago,
Yeah.
and then people say, now, despite your actions, despite whether someone behaves better, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they go, no, you should not have a job because you said something by mistake 12 that's cancel.
Yeah.
That's nonsense, right? If you are a serial sex offender,
Yeah.
that's not cancel culture, that's criminality.
Well, Kenny was the. If
It's
you
different.
watch that clip he did with bloody Manuel's granddaughter,
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross and him are terrible. In
Now, why did Jonathan Ross get away with it?
I don't know.
Because I think he lost one job or something, but then was
Yeah.
pulled back right in.
He kids on. He's a family man. I've heard he's a big swinger.
He's
him
a
and his
swinger,
wife- him and
yeah.
his wife. I've heard that.
That's disgusting.
But they behaved appallingly. That Georgina, what was her name? Manuel's.
oh, yeah,
granddaughter.
yeah.
But she went through some tough times. But I believe he looked her up and paid for like a drying out clinic for her rehab.
Yeah.
But you're thinking to yourself,
For what?
but what reason has he done that for? Is he tried to reputation wash later
Yeah,
on in
maybe
his
get
career?
out of it.
He annoys me. I hate his shtick. I hate his yoga stuff. He's just a piece of shit. Fuck him.
I remember when I first saw him,
But he was awful.
and he was an anomaly.
Yeah.
It just came out Nobody, and everyone says no one looks like him. He looks like a fucking dickhead.
He looks like an absolute dickhead.
And this is not looking back on fight. I remember at the time going, "Who's this
Ken else
fucking
looks
dickhead?"
like a fucking dickhead as well. Noel Fielding. He's
Noel
pal.
Field, yeah, he's
They'll be breathing down his neck as well.
yeah.
Ken, if you lie
This
with
is-
dogs, you get fleas.
This is U32.
Well, it always comes in
This
two.
is called the worrying.
Philip Schofield got binned, and then Hugh Edwards is always in twos. Now, Philip Schofield, well, I don't like Philip Schofield in the slightest, but Philip Schofield, what he did compared to Brand, is he. Brand's argument is they're trying to take him down because he's this fucking free thinker
Yeah.
and he's fucking fighting the power in the mainstream media. Why did they bring down Philip Schofield? Was he a danger to the establishment? No,
yeah.
it's just you're just news fodder.
And I heard it was on that documentary. The girl that was assaulted, she said to one of the bosses,
Yeah.
"This has happened," and she says, "Boys will be boys." Now I've heard this term so many times.
Wild. That's early
I'm
2000s.
going to correct everyone on this.
Uh
When I was a kid,
huh.
I came home with tar dried around my feet as shoes,
yes.
with my shoes long gone, sunken in other tar.
Right. Okay. Your
Ma-
nickname was La Brea.
My mum looked at me and went, "What the what?
I know.
What?" My dad went, "This is what laddies do.
Oh no.
They're stupid,
Aye.
right?
Uh-huh.
That's what boys do. They do stupid things. Watch some YouTube videos where they do hilarious things. That's what they
Jumping at hotel windies. Oh my lord.
do. Sexual assault
Aye.
is not one of them. That's not boys will be boys.
But the weird, the bit he's going on about
Jesus.
how he likes to get his blowjobs. He goes, "Yeah, you like the mascara on it," but that's what he was into.
That's what he.
His stage show was him just saying
What
last
he
night."
done.
Yeah, but
It's
I
wild
never
stuff.
liked the fucker.
No.
I think he's shit. His stand up wasn't good. You saw the bit where he's interviewing fucking that kind of 100-year-old pretend supermodel.
Yeah,
What's her name? I don't even think she's American. Caprice.
yeah.
And he's
Caprice.
kidding, he's wanting and spitting in his hand and everything.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus
And
Christ.
nobody there said that's wrong.
But I think Bob Geldof hated him because I think he'd fucking shagged all his daughters.
Bob Geldof went on stage and went, "Well, he's a cunt." Just like that. And you see him, he's almost crying at the side.
But Rod Stewart didn't like him because he was shagging his daughter. I think he maybe got a thing for shagging the daughters as big celebrities.
Yeah, yeah. But
You
now,
know.
I want people listening this to understand, we are not retrospectively looking at it. I can assure you, you've
No,
been
never-
saying this for years since I've known you.
I never liked him.
But I can also get it wrong. Because the guy that was Fluke Skywalker,
Aye.
it really looked like him.
Oh.
Raising money for charity, he looked exactly like old Luke Skywalker. Amazing guy, done amazing stuff. Arrested for paedophilia
Oh no.
just a couple of months ago, and just I think last week died in prison. So there was no justice, and I still can't believe that fucking cunt.
He
fucking
let you down.
I didn't know.
We're
You don't.
hardened to people letting you down because
It's-
in our childhood it was all the kids entertainers just let us down.
Every single one.
God bless Tony Hart. He's above it all. He never.
Never
Tony
done it.
Hart did never and will never let me down. Everyone else, fuck's sake.
But I figured something out from this. The reason we are not top movie stars and TV stars is we're not diddlers. The thing on your application form, you know,
I don't know why he got a chance.
where do you see yourself in 5 years? Also, are you a diddler? You go, of course I'm not a diddler.
I just don't know why he got him a
Sorry.
chance. Because he's no funny. He's grotesque to
How
look
do
like.
you get in? Yes, that's
to be
another thing.
honest, though, his career in Hollywood, he kind of played himself. Did he? I've never seen
No,
any
he was
films
just he was
in.
terrible.
He was just himself. Yeah,
Well, actually, watch Get Him to the Greek. Now, I don't know why.
Is that just
but-
him he's playing?
Yeah, but there's a whole scene where he's in a swimming pool, and what's that fat lad out of thin fat
Oh, he's
lad?
a bit dodgy as well.
Yeah, him. He's dodgy as well. Now, he's shouting at him, lots of abuse, and just unloads on him because he's his PA, and he breaks all the abuse. I think you should watch that now.
It's
I think you should watch it now.
basically, it's like he knew him.
Meghan Markle's in that, kissing
Is
him.
she-
Yeah, so
Oh,
there's lots of
that's-
pictures.
That's one. Oh,
It's not good.
Talking old Meghan Markle, no time for the royals, none of them.
No.
But the only time I feel a bit sorry for Meghan Markle is when her fucking fat bastard dad rocks up and he was on the TV mumbling away the other day, just lecturing her on how she's not a good parent.
Oh, fucking
And
hell.
saying before he dies, he demands to see his grandchildren.
It's like, nah, it's
And
not
he
gonna
says, I've
happen.
done nothing wrong. This
Oh.
is a man that pretended he was being stalked by the paparazzi, but the paparazzi were paying him
Oh,
to go
wonderful.
about sad face. That fat fucker, if he'd kept his mouth shut, he would have been at that wedding. I bet you'd have got a good goodie bag.
Oh, goodie bags at a royal wedding.
They would have basically
Diamonds.
incredible. They would have basically any debt he would have had. They would have covered. They would have paid.
Just, we don't need this coming out.
quietly.
We'll just sort you out.
Are you in a bit of trouble? We'll make
He was
sure.
a lottery winner as well.
Was
wasn't
he? Oh, no doubt.
He won the lottery, like, yeah, and that was able to pay for her education or something. It was something
But
mad.
he's just a shocker.
A wild life.
She was not. She was, but she didn't have a career. It's like Jane McDonald.
Yes.
Jane McDonald was basically a cruise line singer.
Yeah.
But I remember watching that once, and she came on to the cruise line. This is before her fame, and they said she was like world famous singer. Jane,
Just like when you go to Blackpool
big yacht.
and there's a poster
Aye.
for Jimmy Pickles International Song
Aye,
writer,
yeah,
and you're like, and he's got a glittery jacket on. Who the fuck's
who
that?
the fuck's this guy?
Yeah.
All these kind of low rankers, low hanging fruit.
Well,
people.
Meghan Markle. The thing is, when there was clear racism, there
Yeah.
was clear racism in the British press, and there was
Yeah.
stuff because you could, and they were saying where, what, and it's clearly
Yeah,
that was happening. That is awful,
yeah,
right? But
uh-huh.
she married into royals and
Yeah, she-
tried to play it, and it's like you're
Yeah.
ridiculous. Here's another thing. You mentioned her dad, and I realised something about the
Uh-huh.
whole situation.
Uh-huh.
This story,
Mm.
you know how you think you're the star of your own sort of
It's
life.
a human condition. Main character syndrome.
Harry isn't, Meghan isn't, the royals aren't. It's her dad, because he grew up poor, won the lottery. His daughter became a famous TV actress, married a
Not
prince.
famous. A strong C.
A strong C, but she was in Get Him to the Greek
When
kissing
she-
Russell
when
Brand.
she-
That's,
when
that's
she-
the highlight.
When she came to the UK,
Yeah.
she was looking to get a relationship that would raise her profile because America was too crowded for her. So she did a Nicole Scherzinger. You come to
Yeah.
the UK and your fame
Mhm.
bumps up a little bit. And she went on a date with Matt Cardell.
Oh.
But that's who she thought that'll raise my
do it.
profile.
Not good. But think about it.
She got the lottery, that fucker.
Who do you right? But she grew up, and you could say, well, she grew up this way, and
Aye.
she got in a film and married a prince. Yeah, but standing at the side, no one's looking at it. It's her dad.
But he's had the life.
He's had 9 heart attacks. He won the lottery. His daughter was famous, married the prince. The paparazzi came after him. Now he's on TV.
Oh.
His life is more extraordinary than
that
Meghan
would
Markle's.
make
That's why she's angry.
that would make a pretty good film.
Yes, he's had a better life
Remember
than
when
her.
remember she showed up at that mass shooting in the white.
Oh, that.
That was her.
That-
That was a
Now,
mistake.
here's the thing.
That was a mistake.
I have to say, I was very much, I don't like the royals, but this was a sort of normal girl-ish, normal-ish, fame-hungry and everything. We could say what you want, but went into this ridiculous thing where everyone went after her.
Uh-huh.
She flew across the country to put flowers down. It was something, it was none of her fucking business. It was not,
She thought-
children had just died.
These fuckers that set themselves up as activists.
Oh, no one will know who I am. I've got a cap on. Get to fuck. TV crew with her. Get to fuck.
She's like, will this white match the gravestone site? Will this...
I'll wear the correct colours for it, you know?
Is this white or is it ivory? What colour?
She lost me at that point.
Oh, no, I hate her for the start. I,
didn't
hate
like-
all of them. They're
No,
all
I don't
grass-
want to hate people.
No,
'Cause,
I
right,
do.
no,
Fuck,
here's
I
the
do.
thing,
It's
right?
It's a wonderful emotion, hate.
Here's
All the best things in humanity have been achieved through fucking hatred.
here's something.
Every person, bear with me.
Okay,
Some
I
scientist
will.
has made a discovery. What's driven him to that discovery is not a wonderful furtherance of humanity. It's because fucking Steve in the office next door, he wants to get the better of him. He wants to get his but I hate fucking Steve.
I allowed you
Piece
to
of art.
continue because you asked.
Piece
But
of
I'm going to interject here.
Uh-huh.
You're full of shit.
Piece of art.
No.
It's like that. I'm getting
Right.
what fucking Davy doing the road started
I
painting.
can't remember who it was, but there was some guy. He was super, super rich. He owned some phone for you or something. And his son had so much guilt about being brought up in wealth. It caused all this, like, serious mental health issues. No. See, that's the problem. A mental health issue is
No, he
is
would-
ignored because you have wealth.
It should be.
No,
He's-
I'm going.
It should be. He would have had mental health problems if he'd grown up in a council house.
I'm-
The laddie,
Yeah, so you don't ignore mental health.
the laddie had a
problems.
problem with most. But the thing is,
No, I
if you
don't
have
do
mental
that.
health,
No.
it's better if you're. And everything is made better with money.
All right, now I'm going to give you an example of someone that I knew, autistic,
Right,
functioning autistic, but
Right.
he did need assistance in different places.
right,
Right?
okay.
And he would get someone from the council, from social worker, that to come and see him.
Uh,
And the moment they found out that he had been left money,
uh,
gone. He's fine. He's got money. No, he needs some basic assistance with some things.
Well, with
and this
money, you
happened
just get
several
somebody.
times. No, you don't, because he doesn't. It didn't
just put a
work
thing in
that
the
way.
paper. Assistance needed.
It didn't work that way.
Massive jugs.
And I thought that was vile and
Yeah.
disgusting, because people looked, and this is the way it carried on. And this happened several times. This wasn't a one-off. I know he's got more money than a lot of us put together. And you're like, yeah, but he's still needing some assistance. Like,
Well, because you can pay for it.
that's no, but he doesn't choose to pay for it.
If you have an illness and you've got money, you jump ahead of the queue. You didn't queue.
No, that doesn't happen.
Money
didn't mean anything to him.
Money softens. Well, he needs.
No, the money didn't mean that. He was.
Well, you should
okay.
give it all away then.
He was. He was autistic.
This
is not.
money.
Jesus Christ!
this-
the lack of empathy in you
money.
is shocking
This
me.
money means nothing to me, but I'm going to keep it
No,
nonetheless.
no, it didn't mean nothing in the sense of him saying it meant nothing. It literally meant it was just there.
Ah,
He had to look after it. He had to pay his bills. Everything was in straight
Yeah.
lines. Everything was perfect.
no, but if you've got money, you didn't get it off the public teat. You can afford it. That's sadly that's the way. That's
but
how
he
things work.
wasn't. Yeah, but things like he wasn't going out and maybe buying new clothes.
Uh-huh.
So you need someone to remind him and just to keep an eye on him. That's what I'm talking about.
You
It was
pay
very
for it then.
basic. No, you're not getting work for the NHS. You're barred
No,
right away.
How much money we talking?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to.
If it's a 10 grand, fair.
No. He
But,
was.
but if it's
there was no
hundreds of
worries
thousands
again.
of pounds, well, no, he can.
No,
pay
he
for it.
can't. No, you need someone to
Who you
tell him
pay
to
for?
pay for something. No, you
No,
need.
but if he's getting the
No.
council in, it's
No,
it's being
but
paid.
the
If
no.
somebody, if Jackie waddles up the stairs to help you,
Yeah.
to give you your assistance with washing
Do you
your
know this
dishes
is
and
the
that.
NHS doesn't work like that?
But they've been paid.
No, the
All
NHS
they've
doesn't
been
work
paid
like
for
that.
is council.
If you got up with a broken leg
Uh-huh.
and you're poor,
Uh-huh.
and someone beside you's got a broken leg,
Uh-huh.
then it's triage.
Uh-huh.
It's whoever needs the assistance
It's not-
first gets it. It's
not
not
an
who's
It's
richest.
not an emergency. He's not taking bleach and drinking it. He just needs some
No.
help buying clays.
No.
Ah.
It doesn't work
no,
that
no,
way.
no.
You're a terrible human.
I'm not a terrible
There's
person.
people listening to this seeing a different
you
side.
ju- no,
they're not seeing a different
just,
side.
You just pay for it.
They've seen more of a side.
If somebody's got what,
You just pay for it, but you wouldn't.
Well, in fact, it's not my fault.
It doesn't work
I'm
that
not
way.
subsidising
You're
the cunt.
fucking insane, right?
The people, fucking people with loads of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will get into a home, and what happens? The family hide all the money and make sure that the poor bastards stuck with NHS care, put into like some council home where they could afford a good thing. You've got to fucking make sure these fuckers aren't hiding their money.
I'm just going to end with people need to be cared for no matter what.
They do need to be careful, but you could pay for it. He could get
Our
someone
first
lovely.
message-
He could have got a home help.
I need my reading glasses.
He wouldn't have had to pay them much. He could have had a wee bidey in, came.
Our
run his
first
bath.
message of the day.
Fucking Fraser had a butler. That's all I'm saying. He was just a radio DJ.
Listen to this.
Ah.
Good morning, you wonderful pair.
Oh,
This was from
no.
Tuesday. No, wait. Thank you once again for being so generous with your time and gifts during our visit
I
last
don't think
week.
we were generous.
I was. It's almost like you crave the company of like-minded individuals and
Crave.
cannot bear to
Crave
be
is a
left
strong
alone
word.
with each other for any length of time.
See, we don't have to pay for
De-
care because they just come to us.
Derek, we started with a hug and ended with an embrace. That's true, and he was throbbing.
Was he?
Oh my god!
It was a pulsation.
It wasn't long, but it was like steel.
It was like a naked mole rat, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it was sniffling.
Was it?
I'm pleased to have opened the way for all future motherfucker visits through my gift of aversion therapy. It was kind of I didn't like it.
Right, okay.
Go on.
Ah.
What can I say then other than you exceeded all my expectations in every way.
Oh,
For all time, always amen.
oh.
Have a splendiferous week, girls. Be nice or be hella naughty. Either. That's good with me. Love, Dodd.
Oh, Dodd.
Dodd, you fucking
It was
tube. Thank you. That's
it was,
lovely.
It was a pleasure.
It was
a pleasure.
lovely gifts. I've got
He's welcome.
plushie and-
yeah, plushie.
and we'll have to take a picture of
Well, I just realised there's still
Holly's
some sweeties
spunk.
up there.
Just you don't touch them. Next one. Thanks, dude. That's lovely. Dr. Arturo, I take it you'll be discussing the biggest story of the weekend. The world's biggest onion record has been smashed. What?
I love giant vegetable guys. Do you know they break into each other's allotments and sabotage?
Do you know
them?
what it says this? I can see Oron getting into this. Come on, the Fokers, Guinness Book of Records for something.
I once had
Actually,
an allotment.
that's a good idea.
I had an allotment,
and
all the other allotmenteers were retired people, and they were all boning each other constantly.
Oh.
The sheds were shaking.
Oh.
But it was so much work. Like,
what?
It's the most expensive tatties you've ever got because you're up there for hours.
Yeah.
And the taste nice. The only things I grow now, I'll grow some herbs and some lettuce and that in the garden. But tatties, it's easier just to buy a bag of tatties, man.
Totally agreed. But there's a lot going on. A lot of weed smell. A lot of weed growing.
Yeah.
Mark Devlin.
Okay.
A drunk in skint Dundonian is walking down the street and he sees a man with a broken down car. What the matter with you, mate? He asks. Piston broke, the man replies.
Oh.
Aye, same as myself, pal. Moderately good. You're smiling. You're smiling.
That's a grimace.
You're smiling.
When a chimpanzee, you know what they took for a chimpanzee smile? That was fear.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's it. Okay. Guess who this is? Good morning, sirs. Two things. One, to celebrate the V&A's birthday, an artist created 500 floating bags with a message in them. It's been a few days now. How many of those bags contain shits? Floating bags.
What floating bag?
I think a floating bag in this country is called a balloon. I think he's got himself confused.
No, but
he maybe can't afford balloons.
They put them in the tea.
Imagine that, they put them in the tea.
Imagine it's like 100 stoma bags just blobbering down the tea.
That's what's in the tea anyway. Two, speaking of birthdays, it's my
100 bags? Really?
Caretaker Maggie's birthday today.
Hi,
Maggie! Happy birthday. I don't know how you do it.
Is that how the Rod Stewart song about?
That's the same Maggie, yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to send her a birthday. It's not us shout. He didn't want us to shout out.
He didn't.
He says, this is from your parasite. This is from Chris. Happy birthday. Shout out via two of the... Oh, no, so it is via the two of the most... So he's kind of...
he's taking...
You know what? We're doing it. We're doing the work, but he's taking the credit.
He's puppet master in this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, we better watch him because Yoko did bring down the Beatles. Did you see that piece of Yoko?
He tried TFM's Wake Up with Webster, but they said no. Wake Up. Do you remember it was Word? And he goes, and the tune was Word on your wireless. Every day, 50 times. It was unbelievable. So, Maggie, happy birthday.
Dundee Radio is absolute dog shit.
Dire pish.
Galloway's just like taking it, and it's all just chart music from the 90s.
That's it, but the problem is, that's the cheapest to play, right? Do you like my new glasses?
No.
I thought not. But that's the cheapest to play. And because in the UK, there's so many restrictions on radio, they can't say anything. And they've got to have a certain amount of silence at some points after the news, or there's
silence.
There's like half a second of silence, or no, a tenth of a second of silence. There's weird things.
Why?
I don't know if it's still like that. And there's got to be...
And they've got to have... There's a bare minimum on news you've got to put in.
It's got to be
and
played.
It's got to be weather.
And you'll hear them going, no, got to go to the news, got to go. And they'll cut off if someone's talking. Because it's against the law if they don't play the news at the certain... There's mad restrictions. I may have made most of them up, but there are really insane restrictions. That's why I'm hoping...
Is that why...
We get on it and get sacked.
Is that why Russell Brand lost his position? It's no because he had his tallywhacker out. It's because he missed out a 10-second fucking piece of silence. They're like that. Right.
Well, the thing is, he was pissing in a bottle in front of lots of people.
Play, isn't it?
And one of them was a minor.
That's a power play.
One was young. And he's pissing.
Play.
Yeah, so he's pissing in the studios.
But I'm pissing right now.
Well, to be fair, 2 weeks ago, I came in and I could hear you pissing on the other side of that.
That's pissing.
Collecting your urine for your brass or whatever.
Oh, for the bronze.
For the bronze.
The patination process.
Yeah, but who wants a patina that's made...
How do you think all patina's made?
Well, what is it in it that's doing it?
Piss.
No, I know. There is a chemical in it that's reacting. So it's not. No, you could get that. You could go and buy it out of Boots and just put it on it.
I'll go and buy chemical from Boots when I can just piss in a bottle.
Which I didn't want. It didn't smell anything. If I smelled anything, I would have just left.
Oh, I can
would have just left.
Change that.
So that's
Imagine you come in here one day and I've got a tripwire and it's just a bucket of fucking 6-month-old piss just lands on you.
I could see that happening.
I could film it and put it in
and
TikTok.
I wouldn't be impressed.
Film and put it. It would come out after 6 months. It would come out like a jelly.
Oh well, you had one in there, and it was like
thick.
it was brown and
crystallizes. Yeah.
It was like a yellowy brown forest.
Yeah.
Doug McClure should be adventuring through it. It was that sort of thing.
Remember that film with Journey to the Centre of the Earth? And it was always like pterodactyls.
I loved it.
I loved
that. Anything that was
that
sort of steampunky thing at the time. Yeah,
Peter Cushing in it.
I loved all that. I loved
Warlords,
Mouse on the Moon. I loved
Warlords. Is it
Warlords of Atlantis?
Oh, that's a good one.
I got taken to see that as a
I
kid.
bet you did.
Now listen,
that explains a lot.
Wait. In the 70s, there was an American TV film or series of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
but it was put out here in the cinemas, and you'd go down on Saturday morning, and there was 2 of them, and then Warlords of Atlantis. You were in for hours. It was amazing. It was amazing. Blown away. And that was the same with Sinbad and Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, I went to see that in the local cinema. That's a wonderful film.
Wonderful. Anyway, today's show. We'll get started. It's half an hour in.
That's okay.
What happened? I thought, I'm going to come up with a plan to massage the algorithm, to get people listening and watching, right? Okay. Clever?
Not really, but...
Here's what happened. I give out my dentist's phone number to the patrons this morning, because that was the last one I phoned, because I got another appointment. It was a mistake, so I phoned them and cancelled it. And I just copied and pasted the wrong number, gave them my dentist's.
Oh no.
So it's correct. Don't phone it, don't text it. My dentist will be furious. So
I've been on the verge of sneezing for about 5 minutes.
I've been sneezing all week.
I'm telling you, it's their stank.
Now, this floor,
stank.
We do hoover this, but this is a lot of hooverings required.
I'll give them a
lot since they've been in.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I thought, we're going to work the algorithm.
Okay.
I'm going to be a genius. I'm going to be a PewDiePie.
You get reach in. It's that Mr. Beast guy.
What's happening at the moment? UFOs, mummies. So I thought, once a month, right, we'd do a UFO show, a report on what's happening.
This is nothing's happening.
Dude, nothing's happening. It's the bleakest thing you can look into now. We talked about this. There's no fun.
No.
It's horrible people lying, grifting.
That fucking thing in America, the official thing, they spoil though.
And I'm going to say something officially to the world.
Okay.
Fuck Dr. Stephen Greer. Fuck George Knapp, the mastermind of it all, by the way. I'm convinced.
How much money are these...
Jeremy Corbell and that bullshitter in chief Bob Lazar.
Who's
them all.
the guy with the beard that was in the inquiry thing?
That's Jeremy Corbell that does the documentary. If you watch the Bob Lazar documentary, it's not. It's a documentary about Jeremy Corbell. The first scene in it is him walking into the desert.
They all think they're like sages and freedom fighters.
All bullshitters.
They all smoke cigars. Everything's
Probably.
become the same. It's just
no
everything.
fun.
There's no fun.
So
there's no guys going, I am talking to Mr. Pluto from
I love that.
That guy was brilliant.
That. And then he died and his wife took over. The International Community of Space Federation.
Wonderful.
I love it.
Glorious.
Love it. None of that now.
But now they wear tactical gear. Did you see?
Oh, man.
You saw Skinwalker Ranch. There's a guy going about like a Navy SEAL.
That's right, because they've all got guns.
What's he shooting at?
What are they waiting on? Here's the next thing. The guy that's got the real southern accent, he's a super right-wing Christian.
Is he?
And he's insane. Now, it's all to do with Jesus and
But Skinwalker
UFOs.
Ranch, you'd think that Skinwalker Ranch seems like there's a lot going on, according to them.
Just people.
But the programme, they're like that. They're elsewhere. You're like, hey, surely you've got enough to be keeping yourself busy on the ranch itself. But they're going to other places and going, I think this is connected with Skinwalker.
Here's what happened there.
Fucking frauds.
Nothing.
No, nothing happened, man.
Nothing happened because you know there was never a report until that family.
Yeah.
And they
What's
got
like
into
Amityville?
They were getting rid of the place.
That guy was a fraud.
He was a fraud.
Murder happened in the house. They made everything up.
No murder happened in the house. And that's another thing.
Well, did he not kill his family there?
Nothing happened. The whole thing was a lie.
No, no, no.
No, nothing happened at Amityville. Nothing.
So where was the guy that killed the... That happened.
To do at Amityville was just a big made-up story.
No, 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 but... No, no, no. There was a guy who'd previously killed his family, lived in the house.
No, not in that house.
A different house.
I'm pretty sure it didn't happen. There was a story.
Honestly...
I think you should look into it.
No, I think there was a murder.
Patrons, you know what to
I think
do.
there was a crime there. But then but there was no supernatural element. It was never said to be supernatural.
I don't think it was. I'm really thinking even that was bullshit. And
no.
You have to look it up. I could tell. But here's the other thing with it. James Randi got this medium. This woman would find the dead, and they got out of the car and she went to the house. She felt her knees. She goes, "Oh, the murder, the death, the sorrow in this house, the trapped spirits." And he went, "No, it's the house over there." She got the wrong one. It's all bullshit, people.
No,
but
the guy.
UFOs are so sad now.
The guy would sit in a pub and tell everybody his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the Amityville Murders is a true life horror story.
It's not.
No, you're wrong.
It's not.
Ronald DeFeo Jr. fatally shot his parents and 4 younger siblings home in Amityville, kills his entire family. But then I believe there's the guy there. Look, that's a genuine murder.
Okay,
this is real.
Okay,
the lying thing happened when the guy later on did the whole house thing.
I'll stand corrected,
but
honestly, I'm doing it with one raised eyebrow.
They made a film that kind of put a supernatural bent onto it. But he looked like a big Norwegian, the fake guy, came with a big beard.
Yeah, it was Josh Brolin's dad that played him. Yeah. So anyway, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But it's all bullshit. Everything about it's nonsense.
I remember a guy I went to art school
terrible.
with. He went to the art school and he decided he would go to the concentration camps.
Oh God!
And to make art about it. But he came back and said, "The birds do not sing in Auschwitz." And you're like,
yeah, they do.
Of course they do.
Why would he say something like that?
But then there was another guy.
It's not bad enough. He's got to take ownership of something I've seen that no one else has.
Like there was another guy did a concentration camp thing, and he made like a cell, and he made music, and he made a DVD of it that had fake reviews from Jonathan Ross and Russell Brand on it and stuff. But I said to him, the Holocaust has been dealt with, and there's artists who've done it subtly and beautifully.
Yeah.
And what have you in Dundee, who've got no connection, got to offer the thing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. There's a Holocaust memorial that's got Rachel Whiteread did it, and it's a cast of the library and the books. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
A mausoleum thing.
No, there's
this fucking guy.
Some people just,
leave the big things alone.
Some people enjoy that though. They're drawn to it. They
get
a lot.
They
get a lot. So I
got a lot of phlegm today.
I can hear
from
that.
This floor.
My thought is the listeners will be enjoying listening to the inside of your brain. Oh, that's thick. So yeah, UFOs, man, we can't do it.
No,
it's ruined. There's no fun.
There looks like there's a very charming film coming out with Sir Ben Kingsley.
Okay,
and it's like
I wouldn't call him Sir.
No, neither would I. Sir Ben, he likes to be called.
I'd just be dude.
Okay. But he's playing an old guy in a retirement kind of place, and a UFO lands in his garden.
Okay,
and it's a little dude, this little mute alien guy that likes apple slices.
Oh,
and it looks like a little whimsical bit of fun. That'd be nice, but no, it's been utterly spoiled.
It's ruined. I liked there was a light in the sky. You look at it.
If you look up what aliens were.
Yeah.
Their descriptions. They didn't look like grey aliens. They were like Nordic. They were all different shapes and tentacles.
Close Encounters came out.
The famous the Whitley Schreiber thing with the face.
Yeah.
What was it?
Communion.
Communion. And that ever since then, that's what the bloody looked like.
When I was really into UFOs, I got the Whitley Schreiber books because they were in the works for like a pound. So you got Communion, you got the one that was about Roswell, but the thing is, he can't just say, I had an experience in the 80s, and here's what it is. He was at a gig with his wife, right, and his wife went to the toilet, and this woman came out, not dressed right, clearly a time traveller, and he talks about it. Did you speak to her? No, she just went to watch, Rage Against the Machine.
Whitley Schreiber, he's a horror writer and science fiction
Wolfen.
Wolfen, the famous. That's a great film.
It's boring.
I love it.
But you've got what's his name in it?
I love it. I love
That
Wolf.
actor,
I like
he's great.
Wolf. We like
But-
Wolf Vision. Bites off the guy's
Gregory
hand.
Hines is in it as
Oh,
well.
wonderful.
That's
Very,
the only good bit in
he
it.
can dance, can't he?
He's wonderful. But he now says, no, these books weren't about wolves. They weren't about that. They were
Oh.
actually him trying to get the story of
He
aliens
must be a
out.
fair old age now, is he?
Yeah, but he's still going. He still has his podcast,
Just
lying,
Just grifting.
just talking
Just
shit.
grifting.
But he's been doing
But
it for many
all
years.
these things, we spoke about this before, all these grifters and bullshitters were harmless, but they're not harmless now.
No, because it leads into other.
Because now someone will get a gun and burst into your house to check. Cause,
Yeah,
you know what I
if
mean?
you were abducted.
Yeah.
It's like it was one of the famous ones. I can't remember the guy's name. He was an artist in New York, and he took on everyone that was abducted. Bud Hopkins,
Okay.
and he took on all the people who were abducted.
Oh.
And he got this woman, and it turns out she was abducted,
Oh no.
and she was floated out of her window,
Yeah.
and there was cars below, then other witnesses that saw this. And these witnesses were actually from security from the UN, taking the head of the UN in New York, and it's this whole story. One of the security guards become so obsessed with this woman, he ended up kidnapping her and had pictures, and it was all mad. But it turns out it all just came from one person's letters to Bud Hopkins. The woman was doing it.
That's wonderful.
So she was saying, I was abducted, and had this whole elaborate story. And there's a book about it, and it's just, it's just made up.
You can't even contradict it now because people just say, "Oh no, you're in on it.
Yeah,
You're
that's
a
the
shell.
thing.
You're a part of the lie." It's just like,
Or you say, well, I don't think, there's no evidence. And they go, skeptic. No, you should be skeptical at every stage. But now
Yeah.
being a skeptic is seen as like, you're just spoiling all the fun.
I know.
You're like,
No, but you'll go. There'll be the UFO Society of Scotland,
yeah,
and it's just like every other fucking club. There's some guy that's in charge,
yeah, that's exactly.
and he
what will
thinks
happen.
he's the important one. If anybody else comes along, he'll get a bit shirty with them because it's pissing on his fucking chips. It's all spoiled. Everything.
Everything's spoiled. So I don't want to think like that anymore. But
Has the
last
Loch Ness,
night,
the Loch Ness monster's not been spoiled, I suppose. Because how can that tie into any other silly conspiracy?
there'll be someone with some anti-Semitic
Will there? There's a
conspiracy
tunnel.
of space lasers
Imagine the
and
find.
connected to poor fucking Nessie.
Imagine the find.
Of course there will be.
They find a new picture of the Kennedy assassination, and it's these
Nessie.
big green.
Now, you see, you're doing what I like about the whole UFO thing. That's what there was a lot of humour about it. It was very light, but it's not now. And I don't.
No.
So we can't do a show on it.
No,
you
we
can't.
No, you can't.
Now you
Is
saw
Bigfoot
these.
anti-Semitic?
Well, the Bigfoot thing is no. I think that's all connected with UFOs now and Skinwalker and all that
The
sort of thing.
things were always
Everything's
The
connected,
things were always separate.
but now they're connected. Everyone's one and the
Everyone's
same.
tied in. Okay.
So I thought, what we're going to do?
Okay.
I've got no show.
Oh no.
And I thought, brilliant idea. It was so good an idea, it wasn't actually mine. It was the cleaning lady's.
Oh.
She says, you're always using that AI. Go and use AI, put in
Uh-huh.
a question. And the question was,
Always using that AI.
Yeah.
That's a very sad.
no, I'm always making it do shit. Right. I asked Chat GPT.
GPT. I've
That's
never
it.
used Chat GPT.
It's fucking amazing.
Is it? You like
It could be really crap or really amazing.
Okay.
Right. I asked, what should two 51-year-old men, Scotsmen, talk about?
I'm not 51.
Now, she said you would stop me when I said that. But that's what I typed in.
Okay.
In an irreverent comedy podcast.
Okay.
Kept it simple, use proper words.
Uh-huh.
The future master controller of the world.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too stressed about it with its
Okay, no.
responses.
Okay.
Right? I don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the subjects that we're meant to talk about. 1. An ideal comedy Scottish comedy subject should be haggis-based with talk of Aberdeen. Fucking racist. And who wants to talk
That's
of Aberdeen?
how Scotland the what built a career on that.
That's a good point. But
50-year career.
haggis-based conversation. I like a haggis.
I love a haggis.
It's nice. Not with the neeps. Never have neeps.
Oh, you never
have neeps.
No. Can we need to do
Fragrant pish.
You need to mix your neep with your tatty.
Oh,
Clap
dinner.
shot. It's good.
Dinner.
Oh no.
Don't like tatties, don't like neeps. Haggis is lovely. You know what? Haggis.
Haggis
and broccoli.
You do to food what the new conspiracy people do to fucking UFOs.
No, I like haggis and broccoli.
Oh, God. You're the kind of guy who go, can I buy a trifle, please? But I don't like the jelly, and I'm not a fan of hundreds and thousands. Maybe get rid of this cream, and I'm not sure of the fruit or the sponge fingers. It's just an empty bowl, mate. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like.
I would love to tell you to fuck off, but you're relatively close to the
There
truth.
was a guy, my dad used to work as a baker, there was a guy used to come, and I think he'd get like 4 or 5 pies in rolls. But he liked these little trifles you would get. But he would
Square
have
ones.
The
Low
round,
I like the rectangle ones.
I know the ones you mean.
Yeah, I love them.
But he'd get the fruit taken out of it. So it was just like
jelly and custard.
He died in a bed made up of his bottles of his own piss. So it's
like you in here, that's how it's going to end. 2.
but I'm keeping my piss for a purpose. He was just
science.
storing it. He was storing it for the hell of it.
This is actually, now I wrote it down word for word. Emotional problems unique to a middle-aged Scotsman.
Oh, Jesus fuck's
Isn't that like, I wasn't happy about this. Listen to this. Number 3, fly fishing in your Highland estate.
Oh.
Chat assumes that we have Highland estates.
Fly fishing is
I have a garden.
Lovely hobby. There's a lot of artistry in fly fishing. It's wonderful fly.
No, have you been fly fishing?
I have. There's a
certainly
lot
haven't.
of artistry. It's all about the flick of the wrist, mate.
Beach casting.
They wouldn't let
Big part of it was hitting the fish with a lead weight. Number 4. This is now. How do you feel about this? This is just as it came out. Number 4. Drug and financial problems.
Yeah, that is a concern.
It's kind of accurate, but are you offended? Are you offended by truth? You can't be.
No.
You just got to go, yeah. 5. The lighter and more humorous elements of Scottish history.
There are none.
How could you put humorous history in Scotland?
Scottish history is unbelievably bleak.
It's bleak, it's dire, and then you invented the tyre. That was it.
Neil Oliver, who's now one of Britain's leading fascists.
Yeah.
But he was nominally, he was like a fucking Coast TV, BBC 2 guy.
He'd go looking out over the Atlantic. The cormorants flying above me.
Scarf.
You could almost imagine the Highlanders rushing to war. And he's having a fucking pie when he's doing it. Fuck you.
Well, he did a thing once where
Prick.
he was doing a documentary about Scottish history, and he said, Ken, this is going to be the real history, he said.
Oh, the real
It's
history.
not going to be the usual blood and guts history, fucking claymores and heather. He said, this is the real thing. And he's opening gambit, he stood there and he said, at Bannockburn the blood run through so thick the water wheel turned on human blood. And you're like, you've just done the opposite of what you said you were going to do, you fucking twat.
Oh, I hate him. I hate him.
He's awful. He's the worst Scottish person.
Worse than us. Number 6. This made me laugh. Two words. Nicola Sturgeon. It just said number 6, Nicola Sturgeon.
There is a lot of humour in that woman. What I discovered about it, which is extraordinary, those outfits she wears, they're not off the peg. They're handmade for her. They're tailored.
By who?
I don't know. But
someone cuts her hair.
Somebody cuts that hair.
Jesus.
What a thick
welder.
hair. Oh, well.
Hairstyles by
What's she
B&Q.
doing with herself now?
She's
still an
faded
MS.
into the...
No, she's still an MSP.
How?
She's still getting her paycheck.
Oh my God.
It's wonderful.
Number 7. This was a good one.
Money resting in her account.
Resting.
Mm.
Does tartan paint exist?
Oh, God.
That's what I asked.
Tartan's just a made-up thing.
Made up.
No such thing. Oh, this is my family tartan. No, it's not. It was all just made up in Victorian times. It's all a fake.
Absolutely.
Once you realise that everything about Scottish culture, it was made up
from India
in 1800s.
That's it.
Bagpipes, the whole lot, haggis, everything.
Everything's
whiskey,
from India.
Everything.
Whiskey, bagpipes, tartan, everything that we consider Scottish is from India.
So if you take all the
black pudding, everything.
If you take all the kitsch stuff out, what are you left with?
Oh my God.
Next to nothing.
Well, I don't like neeps, so I'd starve to death.
Well, you could say hydroelectric power stations.
We'll have
Cruachan.
junkies.
Yeah, but junkies isn't a uniquely Scottish thing. We just lead the
Hold
world
on, we
in
do
death.
lead the way in deaths, yeah.
Underage pregnancies. We're big
I
on
think
that.
we're number 3.
That's
Through
good.
the 90s, we're number 1. We have slept. We have slept.
Cuisine. The thing is, Scotland does genuinely have some of the nicest ingredients. The thing is, we spoil it all by either boiling it to fuck
That's
or
true.
deep frying it.
That's true. That's true.
We managed to take an American Mars bar and make it more unhealthy. That was on us.
That was us.
Yeah.
Did it really happen? You used to see it in shops.
Oh no, I've seen it
But
all the time. I've never had
seen-
one.
Never had
I've
one.
never had one. I've had a
Disgusting.
banana fritter. Delicious.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Delicious.
In Victor's on the Blackness Road, we used to run down from the school and go and get a fritter roll. But if you ask for a skitter roll, he throws shit at you, knives and stuff. Now,
Uh-huh.
number 8.
So a fritter roll is just a slab of tatty deep fried in batter.
Yeah,
In a
tomato
roll.
sauce on a roll.
And folk will have a fritter supper. So it is a fritter covered in batter. So tatty covered in batter with
with
chips.
tatties. Yeah, with chips.
When I was,
Tatty with tatty.
when I was
with
in
a
Hol-
side of
when I was in
tatty.
Halsall residence in Glasgow, I once went to get stew.
Mm-hmm.
We boiled tatties. And you know what the stew was made out of?
It was tatties.
Boiled tatties.
I know this one.
Cheeky
yeah.
bastards.
Number 8.
Ah.
Buttered shortbread recipes.
I worked.
That's fair.
I could tell a lot of stories because I worked for Walker Shortbread,
Mm-hmm.
who are the leading maker of Scottish buttered shortbread. And it was one of the worst periods of my entire life.
Oh.
Working in a shortbread factory was awful. You'd get the bus in the morning, and I would have, by the end of your shift, you would have sugary butter grease in the back of your neck.
You still do.
And then the first day I said, can you eat some shortbread? Son, eat as much shortbread as you want.
Your last 5 minutes and
then
never eat it again.
I honestly never ate shortbread again for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've only recently kind of started. Quite like a bit of shortbread.
As much as you want.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And people, I was once there and a person got dragged out by the police. They were a woman, a lesbian, who'd convinced ladies they were a man. And
What?
these lassies thought they're in a relationship with a young boy and had sex with her,
Uh-huh.
and it was all just finger banging. They were so naive. they
Did
didn't
she
rea-
have recipes?
She didn't have. She knew the recipe because she was involved in the shortbread process.
Oh, well, it's not all lost.
But you could buy a bag of shortbread for like 50 pence. And it was the broken bits.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
yeah.
odds. It was the petticoat tails. It was the chocolate dip stuff. Wonderful.
Oh, God.
But the whole smell. You know what they used to do? This is one good thing about it. You know what they do with the shortbread they couldn't get rid of? The write-offs, the stuff that was
Right.
pig farms.
Now, you've said
So all the
this.
pigs in the northeast of Scotland ate buttered shortbread.
They were hugely fat
Huge
and tasted.
fat. Imagine it. Not allowed to do it now. You can't feed human food to pigs because of cross-contamination.
Oh, right. Okay.
Imagine a slice of bacon.
That would be
Butter
lovely.
shortbread flavour.
Number 9. This is where chat started getting a bit twitchy.
Twitchy but sexual.
Scotland and gravel.
There is a lot of gravel in Scotland. We invented
gravel
tar
everywhere.
macadam. That's got gravel
We did.
in it.
And tyres.
Uh-huh.
Gravel.
Gravel.
Well,
I like a bit of gravel, do you?
I didn't expect this would work with you.
I
but
like,
this is,
I like walking.
chat's actually doing well.
I like walking on gravel. I'll be first to admit it.
Ah.
You should always have gravel around your house.
I don't
'cause
like
you know-
riding my bike on gravel. It's
No,
dangerous.
of course not. But you should have gravel around your house, so if somebody's sneaking up, you can hear them
Oh my God.
crunching on the gravel.
Number 10.
You know, I like the sound of a car driving over gravel.
Yeah, but this is...
Isn't
Chat's actually... I thought Chat was going mad. Chat knows you.
He's better than you.
Yeah,
I'm just going to swap
Chat's
you out.
better than me. 10.
Uh-huh.
An excellent way to introduce yourself in Scotland is to comment on the weather.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
It's
correct.
true, but
Fishing doing, eh?
but we can speak about the weather because there's so many varieties of it.
Yeah.
If you lived in LA, it's just the same.
We can have snow, rain, sun, but I mean hot sun,
yeah.
everything all on the same day within
It's
about an
extraordinary.
hour. Just everything all
That's
at
why
once.
people get in trouble up in the hills in Scotland because the weather's so fucking changeable.
You know when the hurricane hit the other year?
Yeah.
I think it was during lockdown. Maybe it wasn't. I can't remember. But I was standing out my back step, a cup of tea, looking at the rain going sideways all around, but it wasn't hitting me. And beside me, there's a flag.
Yeah.
It was nothing, not even a lick of wind.
Fuck.
And I was watching it, and it didn't happen
Is that
for
a
like
flag
10 minutes.
warning people where you live?
Where I am. But it didn't happen for a few minutes.
Okay.
It was during the whole storm.
I remember-
it didn't hit me.
I remember my house one day, and there was
Weird.
the sky, it was a sunny day, and suddenly there was hailstones.
Yeah.
Middle
No
of the day.
clouds.
And
Yeah.
I ran out, and the weird thing, the hailstones
Yeah.
looked like Werther's Originals. They were massive.
Oh,
and they were
that's the
flat.
way they go flat.
They
Yeah.
were flat. It was extraordinary. And I got a load of them and put them in a jar and put them in the freezer. But then there was a power cut and it defrosted.
When I was in Kansas, when the
Oh.
storm was coming before tornadoes,
The ones that'll smash your windy.
but they were about 2 inches across, but they were flat.
They could kill you.
Yeah, they were.
Fuck.
I have video actually that it took all that time, and the sound of them hitting off the cars, it was
Fuck.
unbelievable. 11. Discuss 10 favourite things about Scotland. I think chat was getting a bit lazy at this point.
That is putting the work in you. Let's do it. 10 favourite things. It's not England.
No, I don't think like that.
No?
No.
Well, England, I like it, but the North England's perfectly nice. But when you go, I don't like the flatness.
The flatness. I
Do
like
you find it
Newcastle
peculiar, the
and-
flatness? Can you run the train down to London? There's a bit, it just gets flat.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's, I like to see I like to see a mountain or a rolling hill.
Heathrow, I don't like. Every corridor in it looks like they put together at the last minute.
Edinburgh Airport, when you land, is always a bit bouncy.
Oh, that's true.
Not my favourite thing.
No, Scotland.
Natural, right. Favourite thing, there's some of the most beautiful beaches and views.
The surfing's great.
No, not for
The
that shit.
surfing's great.
To lie on a beach looking out, nothing worse than a surfer spoiling the view. But
All the views are spoiled now.
If you ever
Wind turbines everywhere.
I love a wind turbine. If you want to go to one of the most beautiful beaches, Cullen Beach.
Okay, yeah, no, Cullen Beach. Yeah.
Unbelievable bit of beach.
A lot of surfing up that way.
And some of the woodlands and stuff. It's wonderful. Natural beauty.
Natural beauty.
Because it's maybe not the biggest mountains, but they're worn and beautiful
Love it.
looking. Yeah.
You got to think of 10 things. So natural beauty, 1.
The food is good. Can somebody out of the beef and
2.
shit? Beef.
2, beef.
Beef. No, but not just beef.
3.
Beef in all its form. Your sausages, your all that bacon.
Don't like it. It smells of death.
Oh, well, of course, there's a dead animal, mate.
No, you don't think it smells like rotten?
I love
Hate
just
it.
raw meat.
Apparently, that's a genetic thing with me.
Is it?
Well, you know,
That's-
it's
yeah.
not uncommon when you. It's the same thing as when
No, your parents. Must
I
be
don't
soft on
taste
you.
it. No, I don't taste it.
They
You know
should have
the
just beaten you till you liked it.
coriander.
No,
A lot of people say
I
it
love
tastes
coriander.
soap.
I love
soap.
coriander.
And I went, taste soap? That's nonsense. It's a genetic thing.
And genetic.
And I went, nonsense. But one day I was making a curry and I bit into a load of it. And for a split second, it tasted soap. I tasted it, but then it went away. So I don't laugh about it. It
Pubs.
does.
There's some lovely pubs.
I don't like pubs are finished, man. There's no pubs.
There are some. You don't drink, so you
Don't
stay out of
pubs.
this
I don't like
conversation.
that.
But there's some lovely pubs in Scotland. There are some.
I'm trying
nice
to think
pubs.
of things I
The
like
people,
about
the Scottish people, I would genuinely say, as much as we slag them off, generous. When there's ever like it's maybe misguided, but when there's ever like a charity drive in the UK, Scotland's always per head of capita the most generous of people.
That's true. And another thing, and this surprises a lot of people visiting Scotland, we smile.
No,
Here's what happens.
It's more gas.
It's but when you smile
bad
at someone,
diet.
you go, "Hey, listen, mate, I'm going to kick the fuck out of you," and you smile. You're at a funeral, and you
Rictus.
go like that. I'm so sorry for your loss. You know, you see someone you haven't seen for a while, and you don't like them. You go, "Hey, mate, how you doing? How you doing?" Everyone smiles all the time. That is true.
Star wise, we've got Brian Cox. We like a big Brian.
His big face.
He's big face. He's done well. What a career.
Oh, he's done well.
He's done
It's
really
just a-
well.
And he shouts at people on the red carpet. I
Yeah,
like that. I
sweet.
like that he's still from Lochee
Yeah,
fighting
he's still got
everyone.
that attitude. 10. Hold on, 10.
Oh, God. What we're on? 9.
Jeez.
We'll say
Nice
the last
Jesus.
one.
Well,
But it's another place. I
yeah.
don't know.
Heavy industries away, and it's trying to go into tourism.
The Folk in Scotland podcast.
Oh,
That's what we'll love it. No, dude, at least
this shit. God, that's
Oh.
not even in the top 30, is it?
just fake it. So,
In the top 30.
this is when...
Are we Scottish?
Jim-
I like to think of ourselves as international. We're doing ourselves.
Oh, we're
We're
international.
not colloquial. We're
No,
big. We're international.
We're international.
This could be anywhere. This could
Agreed.
be in Bruges.
Agreed.
This could be in Mexico City. We've got that international flavour.
I like to think
Our
that.
accents don't even give us away Scottish. We
Nobody
just think,
knows.
who's that? Who are those men of the world?
Yeah, That's what I like to think.
Yeah, that's what
12.
I think.
Explain why Scotsmen don't use cutlery. Now, listen,
I use cutlery. I'm
I've
a bit
heard this
fastidious
before.
about it.
I've heard this. Now, I'm sure it was one of the being Scottish for Dummies or something said something about cutlery in it.
Oh.
They said something about cutlery, and I honestly, I've talked to people, especially one person from America, that says, "Do you actually use cutlery? Is that?" And this is,
But Americans don't use cutlery properly. They just use the fork.
troughs.
I use it properly. I'm a bit funny about it.
I
See
only
when
use
you-
chopsticks.
See when you're eating your soup.
Mm-hmm.
See there's the last bit of soup. How do you mime it? What do you do?
Drink out of the bowl.
Like, you can tell a lot about people. You don't lean the bowl towards you. You
Yeah.
lean it away.
No. Poor people lean it towards them.
Yeah.
The rich. I'm
That's what
not
I'm
the
saying.
rich, so I don't. I
But
drink
no,
it.
you just drink it.
I use chopsticks.
for soup.
Well, not for soup.
When you go to that library and get
I have
shocked
a-
about all the books.
I have a fibre, because if you have metal, it changes the taste of the food.
Okay, so.
It changes the taste of the food. Honestly, it does. 13. Favourite Scottish months of the year. I don't know what
That's
that means.
nonsense.
I don't know what it means.
As older I get, do you not find it terrifying? It's almost October.
Oh, it's going in so
It's
quick.
Christmas.
It's so quick.
It was Christmas 2
4
weeks
years
ago.
we've been doing this. 14.
I got together with my friends when we were all 40 for a get together in my
Yeah.
hometown. It's going to be 50. Well, 10 years ago
I know.
almost. That's fucking terrifying. And how many of these decades do you get? If you're lucky, 7.
Oh, we're coming to the
I've
end.
just used one of them.
Yeah, it goes in so quick.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going like that. It goes in quick. I better buy a new T-shirt. I bought the T-shirt 9 years
You've
ago.
got all the clothes you'll need for the rest of your life.
That's
mate.
it. Oh,
Don't-
didn't say that.
don't-
Fucking
you
hell.
didn't
I
need
want
any-
a bit of
You
effort
don't
in.
need any more clothes.
Number 14.
I've got all the pants I need to see me for the rest of my life.
Why would you say that to me?
It's just a fact.
You know what my imagination's like.
I'm buying good socks now. I don't need to buy any more.
Number 14.
I do sometimes rot the crotch out of some of my pants.
There we go. Bus timetables. Stupid question, but saying that.
Dundee has the worst buses.
The
in
buses, they don't turn up now.
You
at
go
all.
you go to Edinburgh. There's a bus every 10 minutes everywhere.
Yeah.
My mum and dad live outside Edinburgh, and it's every 10 minutes straight into the heart of
The
the town.
buses used to be fine here.
Wonderful.
You'd get a bus anytime.
There was
Now
some-
they just don't
There
turn up.
was Crank used to say what Dundee needs is trams back. You're like, what?
No, don't need trams.
What?
I want something that could
Wait,
turn a corner.
They do have a tram in Dundee, but it sells sandwiches and thick soup.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, the buses, because they're digging up the high street for pedestrianisation, but the buses have nowhere to go. And next to my post office, I was speaking to the guy, and there he says, they're closing this street for 3 weeks, he says. For the first week, they didn't do anything.
Yeah, this is
He thinks,
what
what's
happens.
going on?
Okay, I'll go through them a bit quicker because we're coming to an end.
Oh, so are.
15, Bonnie Prince Charlie. 16,
He
This-
wasn't
this
very
is-
bonny.
this one's actually good.
He was a powder puff. He had
Yeah,
the
and he was
hair
all
full of-
inbred and everything.
Yeah. Died very obese.
Number 16.
Okay.
This is my favourite. Is there a sequel to Braveheart? There should be. Jerry Butler. Now, everyone,
No.
Butler Fest is going ahead. We're going to have 3 films. We'll let you know. when it's
Funnily
happening.
enough, there actually is a sequel, Braveheart.
What?
Robert the Bruce, the guy who played Robert the Bruce in Braveheart, has made this Robert the Bruce ego project thing. This labour of love.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, he's lost his mind.
he's lost his mind, but it's got a cheap look.
Oh, I want to see
Yeah.
it. This sounds
Yeah,
fantastic.
okay, so there was. It's an unofficial sequel.
This is real questions. 17. Is whiskey bad for children?
We used to get whiskey he's a hot toady. If you were feeling ill,
Teething.
yeah, whiskey.
After teething, if you're a bit ill,
Yeah.
a wee bit of whiskey.
Yeah.
I was drunk until I was 12.
The thing is, a wee bit of whiskey's no going to do you any harm.
Well, there's the answer.
Yeah.
18. This is just one word followed by a question mark. Highlands.
I love the Highlands. The funny thing is, the Highlands at one point were just teeming with people, and now they're empty. They just got rid of everyone.
19. Discuss why the Royal Mile is so expensive. Don't care.
Centre of a big city, yeah.
Now, chat got to number 20 and just stopped
We gave in, yeah.
and says, why does Scotland only have one city?
Oh, that's a bit peculiar.
Isn't it weird? Chat can be a bit twitchy. I think when chat gets a
It's
bit more mature.
Dundee's a city, but God, it's the funniest wee city I've ever seen.
I've
In a
always
city,
said
you're supposed to bump into the same 10 people 10 times
all
a
the
day.
time. No, I've said in Dundee, Dundee's too big to be small and too small to be big.
Okay.
We're a middle child. We're awkward.
Yeah.
Because if you go, right, for example, if you go for, this is when I used to play gigs. You go to Aberdeen, you go to Edinburgh and Glasgow, people turn up, you have a gig, it's great. You go to the East Nuke and it's a pub and there's no one there and it's sold out, there's loads of people. You come to Dundee, 2 people turn up and one of them's shitting themselves. This would just be constant.
Yeah.
It's
probably
just
getting
awkward.
hollowed out.
It's awkward.
There was heavy industry, big population, but the population must be shrinking, isn't
The
it?
population was the highest in 1971. I think it was about 180,000.
Was
And I
it
think
now?
we're around about 140.
Right.
And you have to remember, 1/3, I think it's 1/3 of the population, students. Maybe a quarter, something. It's a huge amount is the university.
Oh my
Huge
Lord.
amount of students.
Oh my Lord.
So Dundee's very awkward.
Yeah.
It's very awkward. But when you play, we'd play little tiny places.
Jump
Sell out, great. Never had a bad gig.
Uh,
You come to Dundee,
Bleak.
fuck me.
uh,
Fuck me. It was terrible. Just, it never worked. It was just shitty and...
ChatGPT, but the thing is, do this again in a year and it'll be much improved.
Yeah. Well,
And then in a year
no,
after
no.
that, we'll be doing it
No,
from
no.
a bunker because they've taken
No,
over.
no.
Oh, that film, is it
What?
the Creator?
What's that?
That new film that's coming
Oh, it
out.
looks okay.
It's supposed to be extraordinary.
And I want to see it because Gareth Edwards done one of my favourite films, Monsters. And he's
Uh-huh.
done it on a cheap camera and
yeah,
it looks
beautiful.
great. Well, he's done this on a cheap camera. That film, see how good it looks?
Aye.
That's done on a camera you could get up at Curry's right now.
Ken Watanabe's in it. I love Ken Watanabe.
He's great. But they did in the trailer use special effects and it was using the explosion from Beirut. No, special effects from
Affrect.
and it was the explosion in Beirut.
Is it?
And they've just put little future stuff on it and it's the actual explosion.
Oh.
Shouldn't have done that.
Oh,
That's not what special effects are for.
no.
Calm down,
Oh, well.
everyone.
Okay.
But anyway, it does look good
Okay, we'll give it a go.
because I like all the robots.
Yeah, with the nail-logs.
They look good.
Just put your finger right through their heads.
If you're
Or other
carrying,
stuff.
no, if you're carrying,
baguette.
no, I was thinking, if you're carrying like wallpaper home, you just slot it in the kid's head, get them up the stairs. Wonderful.
Oh, you could have a few of them just lined up. Use them as weights.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
join us next time. That was chat.
GPT.
Chat. You know what we should do? We should, like you're saying, we should return to that every now and then to see how
it's
it
getting on.
improves.
It'll outlast us.
It's getting really good. I've been using Leonardo for pictures. Have you seen the ones that I did?
No, I don't look at it.
I will show you what
Try
I've
and
been
avoid
doing.
it.
It's amazing.
Try.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, join us on Patreon to see the full video version of this.
Scotland!
Wait. Just in case there's any more text messages.
No, there won't be.
I think there is.
Oh, no.
Oh, there is. Hold on. I need my other glasses just before we go. It's only fair. Hi from Stephen and Gillian Murphy. And no, Goron, I do not own a blimmin' scrapyard. Well, I think you must have accused them of something. You're looking at me blank, but you attack a lot of people. You can't keep it up.
Scrapyard.
Have any of you ever really weird wrong number call you? Have any of you ever had a really weird number call you? I once had the deranged woman call our house wrongly, insisting this was definitely the number I was given, so it was definitely correct. And the ensuing nonsense insisted on speaking to whoever it was she was expecting to answer. It did not go well. Never annoy a Scotsman. No, I've had
You could have
calls
just
where
hung up
people
the
go,
phone.
"Oh, who is this saying?" I've had that.
Have you?
Yeah, and so
My
who
pet
is
hate
this?
is
Who the fuck are you on the phone?
People that phone you when they're eating. I just hang the phone up.
Oh, this may be a threat.
Oh.
Hi, Neil here from Crowded House. Oh shit! And
No, no.
no, Warren from Waypoint Comment. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Warren from Waypoint Comics. Let me know, Derek, that you're our biggest fan, Dundee fan, and not a junkie. This is true. That's just ace. Lifetime supply of our hits and vinyl coming your way. Toodles. See, that's not even funny. When I saw Crowded House there, my heart went.
Oh, no, they've...
Andy in Dundee.
Oh.
Do you know who this Andy is yet?
No.
Still haven't figured it
Not
out.
figured out.
Stalker.
I don't do much research.
Andy in Dundee here again. Thoroughly enjoying the podcast. Derek, you frequently talk about surfing, much
Oh,
to Goron's
no.
disgust. Yeah, I used to snowboard before families and
Oh, not
responsibility. So did I.
snowboarding.
My board's hanging up in my old board's hanging up.
Snowboarding. Oh.
My old board, my first one, it's so worn through. You can't even, I just put it up on the wall. Anyway.
Snowboarding.
have you ever tried it? If not, well, like before you get a leg bit gammy. That's all it was. I've been snowboarding. Well, not anymore because of my gammy leg. It's the same as the surfing. I've got a gammy leg. I would drown in the water, and what happens is I'm walking along and you get an Elvis leg, and you don't fall, but you drop about a centimetre.
I would encourage
you snowboarding
to. I'd encourage you to do
you'd be on your arse. But snowboard.
I think you should snowboard again.
I had
a lot of broken glass.
It was so long ago. My board was an old Nitro Hemi. Way too short for me because I'd use it in a park, you know.
Thanks for this, Andy.
Going down rails and everything. I
Don't
loved
need
it.
encouragement.
Well, thanks, Andy. Thanks, Andy. No, I loved it.
I've never been to skateboard in my life.
You should. It's great
It's all
fun. Try
rubbish.
snowboard. Snowboarding's easy.
Never will. Never.
Easy.
Never
It's good
skied. Never snowboarded. Never. Never been in a fucking toboggan.
Because I have my board up in my studio downstairs, and you saw it, and you actually.
It makes me
you want to vomit.
Vomit.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for everyone
Thanks,
texting in.
Andy.
Thanks. Later.
Bye. Scotland.